Hey, welcome to the episode 1 of the Station C Chat podcast. Is this what we're going to call it, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Station
like that.
C Chat podcast. I am Nathan Wickline. I am your host. I will be joined by the lovely Sarah Messer and Eleanor Von Achen.
Thanks for having me.
Of the Dairy Market. We hope to do this on a weekly basis. We hope that you will continue to join us. We hope that you will get through this episode 1 with us because this is the first time we've all done this. So,
yes.
Without further ado, I will let Sarah kind of take a moment to introduce herself. Sarah is with Station C as well. Station C, as some of you folks may or may not know, is a new networking group to the Charlottesville area. We got started about a year ago. We have grown quite a bit. We're up to 4 groups now. We like to go up to 5, 6, 7, 20, 40. But our goal is in this area, in this town, in this lovely little ville of Charlottesville, is to come up with a place where people can get together for community, to chat. What's our third C? Community?
Charlottesville.
Charlottesville, there we go. Yeah, so that's what we want to do. We want to create a space that folks can come together without it being real transactional, without it feeling very formal. Just a space where folks can come together, make friends, get to know each other, and share business ideas and share business referrals and grow their business and I think grow their social circle as well, because I think a lot of our folks are friends as well. So that's what Station C is. That is the entity that is sponsoring this and the driving force behind this. We're not just sitting here doing this for the heck of it. Also thanking Star Hill for letting us.
Yeah, Star Hill downtown here at the Dairy Market.
That's right. Listen to her. She's got her plugs in. Good for her. She gets paid the big bucks. So Sarah Messer, take it away. Introduce yourself.
All right. Well, thanks for being here today. I'm happy to be with Nathan and Eleanor. My name is Sarah. I may have met some of you at the juice laundry that was started by my husband, and we are right here on Preston, down the road from Dairy Market, and I am just happy to be here and a part of something that's allowed me to expand my professional and social network.
Well, like you said, I'm Eleanor Von Achen. I'm the general manager here at Dairy Market. I've known you, Nathan, for a really long time. I've always been very fond of you.
How long?
I have to say that. He made me. Sarah, and it's been really great getting to know you over these last few weeks since Christmas when I first met you. And I really am very happy to have you guys here. We're here at Star Hill downtown in their lounge, and it's really great to have them let us use it for this podcast and every week. And we're very excited about starting this with you guys.
We're excited to have you. We're excited to get started.
Thanks.
I think, though, the idea that we kind of have behind this is to, the format for the folks that are joining us and as we move forward, I think is to kind of take a few minutes to as the saying goes, all the rumor and innuendo fit to talk about for Charlottesville. So, if there's things going on around town that people kind of, like, what's that building, what's this building, what's going on here, maybe talk about that a little bit, and then introduce different business owners, and kind of get in their head a little bit, see how they tick, and see what makes them special, and let them get the word out about what they're doing. So, for our first thing, we're lucky enough to have one of our co-hosts be the person we're going to interview, which is
Dun-da-da.
There's our segue. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about today. It's ice and snow. There's your weather report.
Yeah.
But still, we've got Eleanor here. She is the general manager of the Dairy Market.
Yeah.
So, tell us about what makes Dairy Market great.
Dairy Market, this building was built back in like 1937. It's always kind of been a community building here in Charlottesville. And most people that have lived here for a really long time have really good memories of this building, either hanging out at the pub that used to be here, where now Star Hill is, or paintball, or the bottling company, all sorts of great things. I've never heard anybody say, oh my God, that building was always, an eyesore or whatever. Like, it's always been like a great memory that really warms their heart. And I love hearing those stories.
We used to come here on field trips.
Yeah, and come to Monticello Dairy.
Yeah. And so
get ice cream, have your milk delivered to your house. I mean, even into the 70s, they delivered milk and stuff to homes.
Is this where McGrady's was?
Yeah, McGrady's was right here on the corner. That's where it was.
Taking a walk down memory lane.
So, the Dairy Market has always had a mission of kind of continuing that community involvement and that community center. Our mission statement states that, we're here to bring independently owned, diverse business owners together and helping them build a community within the food hall and really help them succeed and reach their goals. As the general manager, part of my job is to also bring the community in, community events, parties, things like that, to really just bring everybody together and welcome everyone in the community in one space where they can all kind of get together and just like a networking group, get together, learn about each other, and really just support each other around us.
Yeah. So, how many guys do you have in here now? It seems like it's very restaurant-centric.
Yeah, well, technically it is a food hall. We were the first food hall in Virginia. We opened in December of 2020, which was a little hard.
Time to open anyway.
Yeah, but the building had been under renovations for quite some time, so it was really a open or no. So we did open in 2 years ago now. And really last year was our first real open year, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else had opened by then, and we really were able to actually see people coming back out and things like that. So yes, we are a food hall. Typically a food hall is mostly restaurants and some retail. So we do have 2 retailers, Quattro Tizzi and Bridget and Bess. And then we have an eclectic group of independent restaurants.
Absolutely.
We have also a sit-down fine dining restaurant and, of course, Star Hill, where we are right now.
Yeah. So, any plans, I know that there's a couple of new places that are coming in here. Did I see that?
Yeah, we do have a couple of stalls that have not been rented yet, and I know that there's some plans, but those are all later in the year. But I know that those are moving forward, and there's going to be some great changes and great things going on this year.
And there's other stuff about the dairy market beyond up here. I know that there's also a place downstairs.
Yeah, we have a 6,000 square foot event space downstairs called the Brick Cellar. And the Brick Cellar is a really lovely area. Nobody even knows that it's down there from the front of the building, but there are lots of windows and things like that around the Brick Cellar, and it's got a big marble topped walk behind bar and a catering kitchen and bathrooms and everything else down there too.
Who's using that mostly?
Mostly we have wedding receptions, birthday parties, things like that. But we also do networking groups.
Right.
We do all-day workshops for companies. We had our first annual beer fest back in December down there.
What was that all about?
So we had Charlottesville Ale Trail. So we were supporting the Charlottesville Ale Trails, which is a nonprofit, and with partnership with Star Hill and the Milkman's Bar, which is our signature bar here at Dairy Market. And we had 10 breweries and cideries from around the Charlottesville area come in. People paid for a ticket. They got unlimited pours. They got to hang out. There was lots of really great food. It was a really good time.
I feel like there's a need for that, and there's a hole now because what was the Top of the Hops?
Yeah, there used to be a Top of the Hops festival.
Gone now, right?
Yeah, they stopped doing that after a while. I think it got really big and really expensive to produce. And I think that they just, decided that, especially with COVID, that would fizzle out. The brewers and the cideries. We even had one that has a brewery in it, but also wine. So we had wine here too. But they really have been looking for something like that. So we hope to do it more often and at least once a year, if not more.
I hope you do it more often.
I know, it'd be great, huh?
Right?
Yeah.
So 10, maybe it grows to be a little bit more.
Yeah. I'm
and that
sure
was all
that
downstairs.
will be more. Yeah, and that was all downstairs. We had 10 breweries. We had over 150 tickets sold. We had food. So, it was really a very successful event.
Local breweries? Or was there
local breweries. So, like Star Hill, South Street. I can't name them all, but I know Mount Ida was even there. So, there was just all sorts of, great places. The sake place, the sake brewery downtown was here, so it was awesome. And all the portion of the proceeds went to support the Charlottesville Ale Trails, which helps with promoting local breweries and marketing and things like that to get their word out.
Right.
Well, I heard that's not the only nonprofit you're supporting and fun thing you're doing. The 10 Miler's coming up.
Yeah, the 10 Miler's coming up. We try to partner with at least one nonprofit a month. Sometimes it's a little difficult to figure out what to do, but yeah, so the Charlottesville 10 Milers coming up. Next month, actually, we're doing a Mardi Gras gala for the Central Virginia Blues Society, who puts instruments in kids' hands.
Nice.
And it is a black tie event that we're going to be hosting downstairs. Wow. It's actually a very schwanky event. Being from New Orleans, you know, we're making it more of like a Mardi Gras ball. So it is a little bit higher end event, but we're really excited about it. Silent auction and everything in it. And then in February, we also have a speed dating event, our first speed dating event that we're going to start on Valentine's Day. We're really excited about.
Up here or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay.
And where Milkman's is going to do some great drinks. And we have some really great activities planned. It's an all, everybody's welcome event.
Is it single people?
Single people, yeah, single people only, please.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
whatever.
A whole other ball.
That's between you and your significant other. But yeah, so singles. And then in March, we do have the Charlottesville 10 Miler. And their organization is supporting the Brooks Family YMCA and the Arc of the Piedmont this year. So we're really excited to support that. Star Hill's going to be sponsoring as well. So we're really, really happy to see like the partnerships in the market and everybody getting together and doing these.
You guys do all
things.
kinds of stuff. Bells, and
Yeah.
stand outside.
Yeah, we have
DJ?
bells, we stand outside, we get a DJ, we have an after party. We want all 2,200 runners to come here afterwards and hang out and get some food and re-energize and have a beer. And, you know, it's great. I ran it last year, and, you know, I wasn't the last. I did run like an average of a 14-minute mile, which I thought was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
You finished.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a great event. It really brings a lot of people together, and we are really excited to support them.
Absolutely, well, that's great. So you mentioned the Milkman's Bar. This is completely off the subject, but I've seen some wild stuff. What's the craziest drink you've ever seen the Milkman's Bar make? I've seen stuff with bubbles and smoke.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, River is, and his staff, he has a new bar manager, Addison, and Addison is really talented, very creative.
Right.
And River also owns Bebedero. So, and he is one of like the best mixologists I can think of in town. We have some really great talent here at the market, and he's one of them. They do some really crazy drinks. They also do like lots of like ice balls with like things inside of them. They have this one drink called the Lucille that I really enjoy. It has like balsamic strawberry on the inside of the ice, and it's really good. They do one called the Reefer.
Yeah.
And they use they use a CBD infused bitters in it, and it really is just, it tastes really, really good. And they you know, burn some rosemary, so it's really fun and silly to kind of see them make. But I really like the smoke bubbles. The smoke bubbles are just really neat.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah.
something to come up with now.
I know.
I saw a cloud. That like rain.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen this?
No.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, they have a giggle water that has like all these little spheres, colored spheres inside that like are different flavors. You know, like you put a little gelatin with the flavored liqueur, and you like, they make these little like, you know, bubbles.
They can do that,
balls.
I guess. I mean, because you can't have a bar in Virginia, but that's a legit bar. I mean,
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, under ABC laws, you do have to sell food, and they do sell food.
Okay.
They usually have it from South and Central.
Gotcha.
They are partners, South and Central and Milkman, so they're owned by the same people, and
That's awesome.
they're able to do it that way.
Because I mean, it's a, if you go to just a regular restaurant where they have a bar, I mean, you can't obviously put that much into it with these mixologists, but when it's that.
Yeah, when it's this way, they're able to really focus on the experience and the flavors and, you know, everything else that goes around with a drink. I mean, I'm a foodie. I've been in restaurants since I was 13 years old.
Right.
And one of the funny things that I always warn people when they go out to eat with me is I think that a plate should get all 5 of your senses. You know, it should sound good on a menu.
Yep.
It should look good on the plate. You should pick it up, smell it. It's like a glass of wine. It's going to smell differently on that plate than it is in your mouth. And, you know, you have to turn the plate around, and it should taste good. It should feel good, all those things. And I think the same thing with a drink. You really have to be able to get all those senses to really have a great experience.
I heard a chef say that the first bite you take is with the eyes.
Yeah, it's like that. You look at it, you really just absorb everything about it, and that's what makes the experience so great.
I think it's cool to look at. I think the Ron Swanson approach to drinking is like just a little bit of bourbon over some ice. But I think
But it's got to be the right
cool.
ice, and it's got to be the right
But-
glass, and it's got to be the right bourbon, right? It all mixes together the right
right.
way, right?
See, I'm
so it's
corrected.
it's all those things that kind of contribute to.
And it's a unique. I mean, there's nothing like
Yeah.
that. I don't think in Charlottesville.
No, there isn't.
I
There
mean, there's
isn't.
a couple of places that I guess get close, but with just the openness of that, I mean, it's
Yeah.
just it's a cool spot. I mean, I
Yeah.
love the space. My
Yeah.
kids love the space. They love
Yeah.
to move through because. I mean, for years, if you went to D.C. and you came back, you had to stop at Move
Yeah,
Through.
you have to
get
stop
your
at
ice
Move
cream,
Through, yeah.
And now you guys have it here.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
it's great.
I'm sure they just stay. pretty
Oh
safe
yeah,
as well.
I mean everybody really stays very busy, but it's really wonderful to be able to come with like your family.
Right.
And my son really likes Citizen Burger, and he just wants a burger, or he wants fried chicken from Angelique's. And my daughter's like, you know what? I really want empanadas from South and Central, or I really want a bowl of pasta from Basta Pasta. And I can go, you know what? I really want to go to Chim Street, and I want to have this.
Right.
So it's like it's really awesome to be able to go around and pick what you like and sit down together and have a meal, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
you can have ice cream after, you can have a cannoli, you can go to the bakery, like you can do all those things, and it's really just a great place to be able to be and hang out, and everybody gets happy.
Right. I know that the great thing is the variety that you
Yeah.
get here. And so
Yeah.
my real job is I'm the outside sales rep for
Yeah.
ABC Supply, and so I bring customers out for lunch all the time. It's a great place to
Yeah.
bring them because we're not locked into one thing.
Right.
You can go here, we can go there, and
Yeah.
get a couple different things, and it's a great spot, and it's
Yeah.
open.
Sometimes you might have a vegan in the bunch.
You might have a
and
vegan
then
in
we
the
have
bunch,
Green
yeah.
Burger, which is now 100% vegan.
Wow.
Love
We
to
have a
see it.
very militant vegan right here.
Yeah,
beside me,
no,
so-
I actually love Green Burger. I told you earlier that my family was vegetarian for a while. During the pandemic, my son decided he didn't want to eat meat for a while. And so we did. And, I always have been kind of vegan and vegetarian curious, would you say? And I do eat that way
Curious,
sometimes. But
yes.
I love Green Burger. I
Yeah.
love their burgers. They have some great mushroom poppers. I mean, and they really do understand what it is that needs to go into it to make it good, to make it hit all five senses,
Right.
and still be nutritious and stick to that diet that everybody is really. I mean, you're a strict vegetarian, right? I'm sure, and you don't want to have anything in there that might compromise that lifestyle, right?
Or you get a meat lovers pizza from Dino's, which is magical.
Oh man, Dino's. Dino's is like the best pizza in town, really.
And then Sarah has stocks that says, "Be kind to animals, or I'll kill you." So that's what I keep.
Just a little reminder
Yeah,
for Nathan.
right. So, but yeah, I love it. It's a great space. It's a tremendous kind of asset to have right here.
Yeah.
It's central to everything. You guys have great parking as well.
Great parking.
I mean, that's one of the biggest complaints that folks have when I don't want to go downtown because of the
I
parking.
know.
Is you can't complain about that here,
parking
right?
is hard. Parking is hard everywhere in Charlottesville. I mean, without the university, what are we, 80,000 people? But with the university, we're like 200,000 people.
Sure.
I mean, it's a small town. It's only 7 miles across. There's only so much we're going to do unless we start building up and up and up. And it's just not what Charlottesville is.
Yeah.
We do have the largest paved lot in the city limits.
There you go.
Wow.
So
But you're also very central. So you can walk here from
yeah,
UVA,
I mean, we're 5
from
minutes from
downtown.
UVA. We're 5 minutes from downtown. We're right on some bus routes. We have We have parking for your bikes out front. I mean, we really do want to encourage people to walk and bike and things like that more. I mean, the community's so good at being able to do that. So, we do want to encourage people to do that as
Do you
well.
get a lot of spillover from UVA? Do they come here?
Yeah, we do. And, I mean, we have UVA here all the time. We collaborate with them on events and things like that. We really love having them here. Student events and alumni events, things like that. So, yeah, they come here a
Awesome.
lot. But then we also have, people our age with kids and, everything else. So it really is great that we can kind of, go from, younger students to families and professionals and industry people. It really is great to get so many different types of people here.
Awesome.
Yeah, we did a great fundraiser with Station C here with Star Hill.
Yeah.
With City of Promise.
Yeah.
Yep. So a percentage of each beer went to the charity.
Yeah, we love City of Promise. We've done some things with them before, and it's just always a great organization to work with, and they're right here in our immediate community. Love having them here, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great spot. So,
And if you come here, you get a lesson in mindful eating with Eleanor. I mean,
Yes, right.
I'd like her to run that through again. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great. I think in summary, it's a great spot.
it's a great spot.
Yeah.
Run by a great lady.
Oh, I
There you
think.
go. So I guess, unless we have any further questions or anything else to discuss, any rumors or innuendos, I guess we'll wrap up our very first podcast.
No, I had one more question
Oh,
for
here
you.
we go.
what's-
I started
Hope
to
it's spicy.
ask this, or no, it's not spicy. I started to ask this earlier
shoot.
because I had a really good answer for it, and I want to know what your New Year's resolution is. Our first episode,
Wow.
first year, still in the
Wow.
first month. What are our New Year's resolutions?
Okay, mine's a little boring and serious, but I'll go.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, so we talked about it a little bit this morning, actually, with Joyce Camden, who's one of our members. She's phenomenal. She's, I don't want to get the word wrong, a therapist, some type of amazing therapist. But we're talking trauma therapist. Yes,
Oh, awesome.
we were talking this morning about like your narrative, and one thing that we've been working on in my house is, when you wake up and you feel stressed, instead of walking into your day that way, all right, let's stop for a minute, shift that narrative. Hey, I'm busy today with a job that puts food on the table, with this and that and that. That makes me really grateful for this life I had. So just change the narrative a little bit and see if that gives you a little more space to be happy.
Awesome. Do you know what your New Year's resolution is, Nathan?
My New Year's resolution. So let's see.
I've got some for you.
I've got one. My resolution is so I have a 17-year-old and a soon-to-be 5-year-old, and I think we all fall into that trap of being stuck on our devices. Is to put the phone down and to be a little more present when my kids are talking to me and want to do things. So I'm not kind of half there, half into whatever's going on.
Your presence is a present.
Is a present. I believe that's Kanye West.
My,
shoot.
New Year's
Never mind.
resolutions. It's
Canceled.
you guys both had really good New Year's resolutions, and they're completely different types of types of resolutions. I always try to go towards more like what you're saying, Sarah. I don't try to like stop drinking so much coffee or don't drink so much bourbon. Like that's ever going to happen. But my New Year's my resolutions are always a word that I focus on for the year to try to increase my joy and whatever in my life, personally and professionally. Last year it was all about me, like focusing on me and what I wanted out of life and everything else. And this year I decided the word was simplicity. And just using simplicity throughout my day, making things simple. Doesn't always have to be easy, but just trying to make them more simple, and just going through the day and going, how do I make this simple so that we can get through it, not have to have drama, not have to have stress? How do we make it so that, life can be more simple? So I've been really thinking about that over the last month and how that works in my everyday day.
Yeah.
Well, that's
simplify.
well, it's a great
Exactly.
concept to just pick a word. Pick a
Love
word
that.
for the year. Yeah. Simplicity.
Simplicity.
It's as simple as tuning back
very
in next
familiar with
week.
that.
This podcast
Simple as
number
tuning
2.
back in next week. That's right.
Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
And let's all meet back here next.
Yes.
Let's do it.
It's Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, yeah.
Dress appropriately.
Yeah, dress appropriate. I will not spill coffee on myself this week. That was a bit of a debacle at everyone got to miss. So they convinced me to go pinkies out. It just didn't work. So next week we'll do it again. We'll have a new person on the couch, but Eleanor will be back with us. So
Heck yeah, she
she'll
will.
have a
Very excited about this. This is
Yeah, I am
awesome.
too. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. We're gonna have different folks. We're gonna get to know them. We're gonna get to know what they do, and I think it's gonna be a big year for Station C. So if you're listening to this and you're not a member and you've never been, come on out. We've got different groups. Reach out to Sarah. What's a good way they can reach you, Sarah?
LinkedIn is phenomenal.
We also post all of your meetings on like our social media or our Facebook events and things like
Yeah.
that. So
Awesome.
if you can't find it somewhere else, just check out our events page
Yeah.
and you'll see the meetings there, and you can reach out to one of us, and we can get you all set up to join the meetings.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you
Yep.
stumbled upon us and you think it sounds kind of cool, and you like radical vegans and bourbon drinking folks from New Orleans and guys that spill coffee on themselves, come on. It's a party. And we do different things. Like tonight we're going bowling.
Going bowling.
So- it's
Bowling's
gonna
gonna
be-
be so much fun.
It's going to be exciting.
I love bowling. I'm really bad.
Yeah. Hopefully we all accept
You're not
our
alone. Yeah.
The baseball playing comedian, pro bowler.
Pro
attorney.
bowler. There we go.
Checks all the boxes. And he's dreamy.
And he's
So,
vegan.
And he's vegan.
Just saying.
There you
So
go.
what did we say? 3 C's, right? Community, conversation,
Coffee.
coffee,
Charlottesville.
Charlottesville. That's 4.
That's a lot of them.
Community,
Comedian.
chatting, Charlottesville.
Comedy.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure them all
You know,
out.
it's all encompassing.
All encompassing.
Okay,
Nathan's
there
a
we go.
joker.
All right. So next week, same time, same channel, same place, and we will see you then.
See ya.
Bye.